Listen closely, because right now, whether you realize it or not, you are being monitored. Every step you take, every word you speak, every choice you make. But here's the chilling part. It's not loud, it's not obvious. It's quiet, hidden, unseen, and yet it's closer than ever before. You feel it sometimes, don't you? That sense that someone's eyes are on you, even when you're alone. The way people glance at you differently, the way silence follows you into a room. It's not paranoia. It's not your imagination. It's confirmation. You're being watched, not with casual curiosity, but with intent, with precision, with a kind of focus that only the chosen ones attract. Because here's the truth. The moment you were marked, the moment you began to step into your higher calling, you became a target. The world does not monitor the ordinary. No, only those carrying extraordinary light are observed this closely, and you can feel it. The way conversations shift when you enter, the way people pause, as if they don't want you to know they were talking about you, the way strangers look at you with eyes that linger just a little too long. It's not random, it's surveillance. A subtle, spiritual kind of surveillance that says, this one is different. Keep watch. But let me tell you something powerful. Being monitored is not a curse. It's confirmation. Confirmation that you carry something so valuable, so disruptive, so transformative, that forces both seen and unseen cannot afford to ignore you. Think about it. Who do governments monitor? Who do rulers keep their eyes on? Not the powerless, not the voiceless. They monitor the ones who could change everything. And that's you. You are being monitored because you are dangerous to the system of darkness. Your very existence is proof that the ordinary cycle can be broken. And this is why life feels different for you. Why you can't get away with things others do. Why your mistakes echo louder. Why your victories seem to draw both admiration and envy, because eyes are on you. Every move is studied, every step analyzed. You're not just walking, you're being tracked. But here's the question. Why? Why are they watching you so closely right now? It's because you're entering a new level, a season of elevation, a shift so significant that even the unseen world feels it. Heaven has marked you, hell has noticed, and the people around you, whether they admit it or not, sense it too. Your glow is brighter, your presence heavier, your influence stronger, and that kind of power does not move unnoticed. But here's the secret they'll never tell you. Monitoring you doesn't mean they can stop you. In fact, the more they watch, the more evidence they gather of your resilience. The closer they monitor you, the more they confirm your authenticity. Every attempt to track you only proves how unstoppable you really are. Still, you must be wise, because not all monitoring is harmless. Some watch with admiration, hoping to learn. Others watch with envy, hoping to see you fall. And some watch with malice, waiting for the smallest crack to exploit. That's why you must walk with discernment. Not paranoia, but awareness. Eyes are on you and awareness is your shield. Chosen one. Hear me clearly. The monitoring is intensifying because your breakthrough is near. Pressure always increases before the shift. Attention always multiplies before the unveiling. And surveillance always tightens before the victory. And maybe right now, you've been feeling weary from it. Tired of being observed. Tired of the silent tests. Tired of carrying a life that feels like it's always under review. But let me remind you, this isn't punishment. It's preparation. Because the Most High is allowing this monitoring to sharpen you, to refine you, to test whether you can. Remain unshaken under constant eyes, because soon you won't just be monitored, you'll be revealed. And when that moment comes, the very ones who studied you in silence will have no choice but to speak. But before we go deeper, let me pause to say this. If you like this video and it resonates with you, we'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to show your appreciation, you can give us a super thanks. It means a lot to us and helps us continue creating content for you. Now, let's keep going. The truth is, monitoring doesn't only come from people. Spiritual forces monitor too. The unseen realm is crowded with eyes. Some are angelic, guarding you in silence. Others are dark, looking for weaknesses. They can't stop you, but they study you, hoping to predict your moves. That's why you often feel pressure in the strangest places, because what's surrounding you isn't always visible, but it's always real. And yet, you were built for this. You carry a light that blinds the darkness. You carry a calling that no monitoring system can decode. They can watch you, but they can't understand the blueprint written in your spirit. They can observe your steps, but they can't comprehend the destiny charted for you. They can track your actions, but they'll never see the full vision until it's too late. This is why you must keep walking boldly. Because their monitoring does not define you, it only proves you're worth watching. And deep down, you've already felt this. The strange tension in rooms. The way people grow quiet around you. The hidden eyes on your journey. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. So remember this. You are not just being watched. You are being measured. Not against others, but against your destiny. And every silent observer, whether human or spiritual, is witnessing the rise of something they cannot stop. This is your season of close surveillance, and that means your breakthrough is closer than you think, because the moment they monitor you, more closely than ever, is the moment the heavens are about to release something they can't control. And that's where we'll go next. The closer you get to destiny, the tighter the monitoring becomes. Think of it this way. No one guards an empty vault. No one places cameras on a worthless stone. No one watches what has no value. The reason you are being monitored so closely is because heaven has placed a treasure inside you, and the enemy knows it. But here's what they can't stand every time they watch. They see that no matter what's thrown at you, you keep moving. Every setback becomes fuel. Every betrayal becomes wisdom. Every loss becomes strength. They monitor, waiting for you to break. But you keep standing. That frustrates them more than you'll ever know. Some of the monitoring is obvious. You've noticed the stares, the questions, the way certain people suddenly become interested in your life, not because they care, but because they're collecting information. And then there's the monitoring you can't see. The conversations happening behind closed doors, the spiritual surveillance in the unseen realm, the tests that feel random but are actually intentional. But here's the thing, chosen one, every bit of monitoring is recorded. Every silent eye is becoming a witness. When your time comes, they will not be able to deny your story, because they were there watching the whole time. Even their silence is evidence. Right now, you might be asking yourself, why can't they just leave me alone? Why does it feel like I can't take one step without eyes on me? The answer is simple. Your life has become too significant to go unnoticed. Your walk is no longer just about you. It's about those connected to you. It's about the legacy you're building. It's about the freedom your steps will create for generations. And that's why the monitoring is intensifying. It's a sign that your impact is spreading. But here's the dangerous side. Not everyone watching you wishes you well. Some are watching to learn, yes, but others, they're watching to copy, to drain, to sabotage. They study your glow because they lack their own. They try to imitate your discipline, your voice, your presence, thinking they can steal the oil that was divinely given to you. But they don't understand what you carry cannot be cloned. It wasn't given by men. It was planted by God. Why every imitation feels empty. That's why, no matter how closely they monitor you, they can never replicate your essence. They may copy your steps, but they cannot carry your spirit. And you've seen it, haven't you? People trying to mirror your style, your moves, your path only for it to fall flat. That's why their silence feels heavy. Because deep down, they know they can't become you. Now listen carefully. Monitoring also has another purpose. It tests your humility. It tests whether you will crumble under pressure or whether you will keep walking even when the eyes feel suffocating. And let's be real, sometimes it gets exhausting. Sometimes you just want to disappear, to not feel the weight of constant eyes. But this pressure is proof of your preparation. Kings, prophets, leaders all were monitored before their reveal. You are no different. And here's something powerful. The enemy doesn't waste resources. If you were weak, if you were insignificant, you wouldn't be monitored this closely. The fact that you are being observed so intensely is evidence that you are a threat. And what greater confirmation do you need than that? But don't misunderstand, monitoring doesn't mean they have power over you. They can watch, but they can't touch your destiny. They can study, but they can't stop what's coming. In fact, every time they monitor you, they're actually fueling your testimony. Because the more they see, the greater the evidence of your resilience. And when the shift comes, when your elevation is undeniable, they will have no choice but to confess, we saw it with our own eyes. But here's where you must stay alert. Some of the closest monitoring comes disguised as friendship. Not every smile is genuine. Not every question is innocent. Not every listener is loyal. Some only stay close so they can keep track of your progress. But chosen one, don't be discouraged. Discernment is your weapon. Wisdom is your shield. Your spirit will reveal what their words try to hide. And maybe you've already noticed it. That strange feeling when someone says the right things, but their silence speaks louder. That's your intuition. That's divine warning. Trust it. But don't let this make you bitter. Don't let the monitoring make you paranoid. Instead, let it remind you, you're valuable enough to be watched. You're impactful enough to be studied. You're powerful enough to attract eyes, both friend and foe. And remember this, while people and forces may monitor you in silence, heaven is monitoring too. The Most High watches over you, not to catch you failing, but to ensure you succeed. Angels monitor your path, not to trap you, but to protect you. The monitoring of heaven cancels out the schemes of hell, and that's why no matter how closely they watch, you still rise. Chosen one, the monitoring will only increase from here. And that's not something to fear, it's something to embrace. Because the tighter the monitoring, the closer the breakthrough. The heavier the surveillance, the greater the reveal. Monitoring always intensifies right before the moment of transformation. So, if it feels like every move you make is under a magnifying glass right now, rejoice. That's not oppression, it's confirmation. Confirmation that heaven is about to release something through you that the world cannot ignore. And soon, the silence will shatter. The same ones who monitored quietly will be forced to speak. Some will confess admiration. Some will confess envy. and some will confess regret. But either way, the truth will spill out. Until then, walk boldly, hold your head high, live with the awareness that every step is significant, every action is impactful, every moment is documented, because you are not just walking for yourself, you're walking for everyone who will one day look back and say, I watched them, and I saw the hand of God on their life. And let me pause right here and remind you, if this message resonates with you, if you can feel these words pressing into your soul, we'd love to hear from you. And if you'd like to show your appreciation, you can give us a super thanks. It means so much and helps us continue creating content for you. Now, are you ready for the final revelation? Because in the last part, we'll uncover what happens when the monitoring reaches its peak, and destiny can no longer stay hidden. Chosen one, monitoring always reaches a boiling point. At first, it's silent. Then it becomes suffocating. But eventually, when your destiny cannot be contained, what was once hidden breaks wide open. Right now, you are being monitored more closely than ever, because you are on the edge of something massive. The watchers can sense it. The atmosphere around you is shifting. The spiritual realm is stirring, and the silence won't last much longer. Here's the truth. Monitoring is never the end goal. It's just a stage. The purpose of monitoring is to gather proof of who you are, proof of your resilience, proof of your growth. But when the evidence is undeniable, exposure comes next. And that's where you are. Soon the same eyes that studied you in silence will be forced to acknowledge you in public. The same mouths that whispered behind your back will have to speak your name with respect. The same enemies who waited for your downfall will have to watch your rise, and they won't be able to deny it, because they've been monitoring the entire time. This is why you've felt the pressure so intensely. The surveillance isn't about stopping you anymore, it's about documenting what can no longer be hidden. They're watching because your breakthrough is already in motion. Think about it. When a seed first breaks the soil, it goes unnoticed. But once it begins to grow into a tree, everyone sees it. And you, chosen one, you've broken the soil. That's why eyes are everywhere. Your light is no longer underground. Your destiny is no longer invisible. You are standing on the edge of visibility, and monitoring has now turned into evidence. But listen carefully. The monitoring is also serving heaven's purpose. Every silent witness is being positioned to testify when your elevation arrives. They may not clap now, but their silence is still proof. They may not speak now, but when the moment comes, their memories will validate your journey. And that's how God works. He turns even your watchers into your witnesses. And yes, some of them will hate what they see. Some will burn with jealousy, unable to understand why it had to be you. They'll question, they'll doubt, they'll scramble to explain away your rise. But no matter what they say, they can't erase what they saw. They can't deny the transformation they monitored step by step. Others, though, will finally understand. They'll realize that their silent watching was not wasted. They'll admit, I saw the struggle. I saw the patience. I saw the growth. And those very people will be used to spread your story even further. That's why you must not resent being monitored. What feels like pressure is really preparation. What feels like surveillance is really set up. And what feels like suffocation is really the stage, being built for your reveal. But here's the warning. When the exposure comes, the monitoring won't stop. It will only intensify. Fame, recognition, leadership, all of it attracts even more eyes. But the difference is this. By then, you will be ready. Because this silent season has trained you. You've learned how to walk under pressure. You've learned how to shine without validation. You've learned how to grow while being studied. And those lessons are priceless. So, when the floodgates open, you won't crumble, you won't break. You'll stand firm because you've already been forged under the weight of constant eyes. Chosen one. Let me tell you plainly, you are stepping into a season where silence will end. Where what was once whispered will be shouted. Where what was once hidden will be revealed. The monitoring has been intense because the unveiling is near. And when it happens, there will be no going back. You will be seen. You will be recognized. You will be called. And the monitoring that once felt suffocating will transform into testimony. But until then, keep moving. Keep glowing. Keep walking as though every step is being recorded. Because it is. Not just by those who envy you, not just by those who watch in silence, but by heaven itself. Every prayer, every tear, every sacrifice, it's all being documented. Nothing has been wasted, and soon that record will be opened. The same way a sealed book is finally revealed in its appointed time, your story will be unveiled, and every eye that monitored you will have to bear witness to the fact that you were chosen all along. This is why you've been hidden in plain sight. This is why the monitoring has increased, because heaven is about to say, now. And when heaven says now, no eye, no enemy, no watcher can stop it. So lift your head, chosen one. Do not fear the eyes upon you. Do not shrink from the silence surrounding you. Do not be crushed by the weight of constant monitoring. Instead, see it for what it is, undeniable proof that you are too significant to ignore. The watchers can't stop what's coming, they can only witness it. And your only job is to keep walking, keep shining, keep being who you were created to be. Because soon, the monitoring will give way to manifestation. And when that day comes, everything will change, because the truth is, they're not just watching your life, they're watching prophecy unfold. They're not just monitoring your steps, they're monitoring destiny in motion. And no amount of silent watching can stop the inevitable. Chosen one, they're monitoring you more closely than ever. But don't forget, so is heaven. And heaven always has the final word.